Hello, once again, this is Brother Teacher. I wanted to talk to you just for a moment about uh, fiber and how fiber is important in your diet. Now, I'll say uh, the two aspects of fiber, if you will, for a subsequent video to this one. But I'm going to speak more in general in this particular video about fiber. And what I was going to say was there's two types of fiber. There's soluble and there's insoluble fiber. Neither one of these fibers are digested in your intestines. Fiber, for the most part, is a bulking agent. It helps to move things through your intestinal walls and out through elimination. In other words, it helps to keep things moving so that you can have a proper bowel movement, thereby uh, causing a situation where food does not hang up inside your digestive tract, to put it plain and simple. So, what types of foods are natural fiber sources? I'm glad you asked. Fruits and vegetables. Yes, two of the things that a lot of Americans don't consume enough of, especially vegetables. Vegetables, especially your dark green vegetables, actually all of them, even your beans and even your fruits, help to keep things moving throughout your digestive system so that you can have a nice, healthy bowel movement. Now, when you don't consume enough fiber in your diet, what tends to happen is that you get a traffic jam where if you have several meals throughout a day, they end up meeting one another. Let's say, for example, you eat breakfast at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. Lunch is not supposed to catch up to breakfast, nor is supper or dinner time supposed to catch up with lunch. They are supposed to be passing through the system at the time that you consume them. Once they hit your stomach, let's say breakfast, for example, again, after it leaves your stomach, it is gone. It's not supposed to still be in your upper intestines or your small intestines and in your large intestine. It should be on its way towards the end. And when you eat your lunch or any snack thereby or in between, that's a space in between time again. They're never supposed to catch up to each other because your peristalsis movement is supposed to keep your food moving. And when your system and when you are void of fiber in your diet or you don't consume enough fiber, this will indeed happen. And then you're going to have possible issues with diverticulitis, uh, irritable bowel syndrome or IBS, leaky gut. And leaky gut happens because food is caught up in the intestinal walls and it can't continue to move out of your body through your bowel movement. And then you develop inflammation, and then you develop putrefaction of the food, and the walls of your intestines become compromised and they begin to leak. Hence the term leaky gut. So, if you want to keep your food moving, you want to do three things. Make sure that you have enough fiber, vegetables, and fruits in your diet, and make sure that they occupy the majority of your diet. That's number one. Number two, drink plenty of water. And number three, keep it moving. And what I mean by that is make sure that you're up and moving around and try to engage in some cardiovascular types of exercises where you're doing brisk walks in the morning and the afternoon. Pick a time, take 30 days, do some jump rope, get on the treadmill, keep moving because that helps your digestive system function optimally as well. So, fiber, again, it helps to move things out of your intestinal tract so that you can have a nice, healthy bowel movement, and also staving off possible constipation and then hemorrhoids, because oftentimes people have hemorrhoids because their bowel has not completely left the colon, and they strain to try to get it out when they go to the bathroom. That's one thing. So if you want to have healthy bowel movement, make sure that you include plenty of vegetables and fruits in your diet. Make sure that you drink plenty of fluids. Make sure that you keep it moving, like I said, or you're constantly moving around. I apologize. I had to pause for a moment because there was something that I didn't want to leave out. Uh, Fiber also, one very, very important thing about fiber also is that it does indeed and can help with weight loss by giving you a feeling of satiety. And what that is, simply put, is it gives you a full feeling where you don't constantly keep eating. Now, one of the reasons people or we like to eat on a regular basis, more so than not, as far as the so called traditional breakfast, lunch, and dinner, is because we're not satisfied. We're always snacking on junk food, things that don't satisfy us, actually. So we're thinking that we're hungry when in fact we're actually not hungry for a voluminous meal. We're hungry for nutrition, and a lot of the foods that we eat in the American diet do not contain sufficient amounts of nutrition. The junk food diet, your burgers and your fries and your hot dogs and your pizza, there's no nutrition there. It's not adequate enough to sustain us or to help us on a health standpoint, if you will, for lack of a better expression right now. But anyway, I'm sure you get my point. If you want nutrition, you have to have nature in nature. So eat healthy, especially vegetables and fruits, and then everything else that is natural. But let those two things occupy the majority of your diet again, especially if you want to keep things moving throughout your digestive system and have no ill effects from eating the traditional junk food American diet. So that's it on fiber. Take care.